Hey guys, Budo Jake here with Vince from Shoei Roll. We're going to talk about some of the upcoming Shoei Roll products, but before we get to that, Vince, let's talk about two of the latest skis you came out with.
Yeah, well, we've got the White Mamba, which we did the collaboration with John Smalls, a New York-based artist that we released, and that's in people's hands as we speak. And then we also have the Yankee, which is the second part of the East versus West Coast series of geese that we released. White Mamba being West Coast Lakers themed colors, purple and gold, and then the Yank being a navy blue color, which is a Yankees inspired colored gi. So two big names in sports. So we kind of just played off of that, and we used that as a color theme for these two, the East versus West series.
And both of these are they sold out?
Correct. These are sold out. The White Mambas are sold out. The Yanks are sold out as well. They just landed literally yesterday, and I believe they're going to be shipped out this week. But yeah, they are both sold out. They were on a pre-sale, back 3 months back or something. So they are all completely gone.
Now, there's a lot of cool features that you incorporate into the gi, like the taping on the inside. I thought this was really cool. Is this Smalls? Did he design this?
Yeah, John Smalls is. If you look at the gi design, it's basically it's a picture of a snake, which is a resemblance of a white mamba, basically a black mamba snake, but in a white version, and then also the scales and the taping along the gi, kind of a Japanese inspired tattoo type scaling and a weaving that we've put throughout the gi on the legs, and then also on some of the taping of the gi top as well. So that's what's throughout the White Mamba gi itself.
And these are ripstop pants, ripstop collar, right?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's a ripstop collar, 450 gram on the top, and then on the bottom on the pants, similar to all the pants we've done before, ripstop pants. Really, really light. It's both these gis are competition based to where they're really, really light. I want to say the navy gi is probably anywhere from 3 pounds to 3.5 at the most, probably to 4 at your bigger size, but it's probably the lightest navy blue gi on the market. And then the white gi is really, really, really light as well. I think it's probably about 0.3 to 0.5 ounces lighter, which is probably one of the lightest gis on the market right now. Both of these.
I noticed the White Mamba came with the pockets separate. What was the reason for that?
Well, we used to attach this into the lapel before, like right inside, to where you could put your ID for CBJJ events or your iPod or whatever, your mouthpiece. But recently, CBJJ has no longer wanted these patches inside the gi. So luckily enough, we caught them before they went into production.
And that's because like a finger could get caught in it or something like
correct. That. Correct. There's some safety concerns, which is understandable. So we just basically made a pocket, and we left it as a standalone piece. If people wanted to take it and get it sewn on, they could do it. If not, they just wanted to keep it and use it for a little accessory thing, they could do that as well.
Right.
Probably the biggest thing that we changed on this batch, which is our 8th batch, compared to batches before, is one for weight, but for the biggest concern was we changed the gold weave gusset, which we're really, really known for doing. Is we removed it and we left it as ripstop right here in the crotch area, just because when using such a light fabric in this ripstop material, it opens up room for it to tear a lot easier, just because it's such a light fabric. So using the same type of fabric basically gives you a little bit more stretch, or gives you a little bit more strength in the pant, so it doesn't rip as easy. So that was the reasoning for, and probably the change as opposed to our other batches was we made this model, and the same with the Yank, the blue crotch. It's just regular ripstop fabric,
right? Just
because we didn't want to sacrifice the strength of the pant by adding that extra gold weave material.
Right.
That's what we've tested, and this it holds up a little bit better than if you were to add that extra fabric. So.
And this is actually the first look we're getting at the Yank. This one has the striping on the inside, looks real nice, and lightweight collar, kind of medium weight, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not a big collar. It's not a thick collar, but it's a pretty sturdy foam EVA collar that quickly dries and doesn't hold too much bacteria in there like a normal cotton collar would.
Right. Well, the gis are real nice. If you got one, you're lucky, and I'd say hold on to it.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, this is probably the only Navy gi we would be releasing in a long time, you know, and like I said, it's navy blue, so people usually really like navy blue gis. I don't own a navy blue gi, but now that we made one, I'll probably hold one, maybe wear it like once or something. But yeah, I mean, I think these are definitely gonna hold some value for the shore heads out there that really like our product. So
Yep. Well, again, nice work on the gis, Vince.
thank you.
So, Vince, two charity projects that we've done together this year was the Pablo Popovich shirt and the Japan disaster shirt. First of all, awesome artwork on those. Who was behind those designs?
You know, we used an artist that helps us design a bunch of stuff. Is Charles Letty, who designs for his own design firm, and the guy's just amazing, you know. And then luckily enough, we got the call from you and Dave over at Budo and said, hey, let's put together a project to try and help Popovich, and then also try and help the Japan thing. And luckily enough, with the whole with our fans and the BJJ community, we were able to raise some money. I don't know how much we were able to raise. I know we have rough. Do you know exactly?
Yeah. For Popovich, we donated over $6,000.
Wow.
And for the Japan Red Cross, it ends today, but it's going to be over $10,000.
It's over about 16 grand total in donations. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's huge. You know, I mean, with the following of jiu-jitsu and all the fans that follow Budo and Shoro, they're the ones that are making it possible. So thank you to the fans for donating that on behalf of Shoro and on Budo. So
For sure. Thanks, guys.
thank you.
So, Vince, the gis always look so nice, and each one is very different than the other. Is there any method to the madness?
You know, there is. You know, usually we'll release a little bit of the info on the front end, and then sometimes we'll release some of the info on the back end. But there's always some type of method to the madness. You know, a good example is we released the Golden State gi, which was a white gi with a blue type trim on it, and we also released the White Mamba, which was a white gi with a purple trim, and then we also have future projects coming up that kind of marry the whole color theme to basically to the theme of what we're really trying to do.
So the color of the belts.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You know, the blue gi was the blue belt, the purple trim was the purple belt, and then we also have some stuff coming up in the future that fall along the lines of brown, black, and then also the starting, which is white.
Interesting. I didn't see that connection working in there.
There's always some kind of method to the madness, and you know, that's what we like to do, just to try and keep things, those little things, you know, into our concepts and designs, and we try and play off it with a gi, you know.
So the big question: what's coming next?
Well, we have our batch 9 coming up, which should marry the whole ranking system of the gi. So we've produced a white gi with blue trim. We've produced a white gi with purple trim. All that's left is the brown, the black, and the white. So we're going to be releasing an all black gi, and then we're also going to be releasing a white gi. We're also going to be releasing a white gi with brown trim. Our white gi with brown trim will be we'll be reintroducing our 450 gold weave with a blend type pants, Collie Cotton pants.
It's a little heavier gi than the lightweight ones.
Yes, the gold weave will be. We'll be reintroducing the gold weave gusset on that one, and then the white and the white gi, and then the black, the all black gi will be the same series. It would be a lightweight base gi. That would be along the same lines of stuff that we released before in the past, with maybe a cool artist here and there. We'll see what we can put together. You know?
Nice. Now the fans have been very patient, but I'm sure the big question is going to be, when are these next gis going to drop?
Well, you know, we're hoping to get them here soon. You know, I mean, to be honest, I think if all goes well within, you know, if the Worlds is around the corner, so if all things fall in place, you know, maybe before then, maybe right after. But I mean, if all goes right, we hope to get some cool stuff here before the Worlds. So hopefully you could pick it up at the Budo booth. So I mean, I would say once you place foot in the doors of the Worlds, drop by the Budo booth. Yeah.
You heard it here, guys. First word. So around the Worlds, hopefully before the Worlds, 2 or 3 gis.
I would say two. I would say two, and once again, we'll probably be updating our Twitter feeds, Facebook feeds through Budo, and then also through our Facebook pages on what we're releasing. But we should definitely have some really cool stuff by the World Championship. Not to mention that black key and then the white key that we're releasing. We're probably only going to release about 300 pieces to the U.S., which is probably the smallest we've done since batch 4 or something.
So that's going to go fast.
Very fast. I don't know if we're going to have a ton, or we won't have a ton, but I don't know how much we're going to have on stock,
Right.
if we even can get it here by then. But it's going to go really fast just because it's probably the smallest release we've done in the last 2 years,
Right.
So
So stay tuned. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook, Budo Videos and Show Your Roll, and we'll keep you up to date. Thanks for coming in, Vince.
thanks, man.